Also, always smiled for pictures that I was taking. Even though you couldn't see my face, I always smiled. I'd just be under there like, and they're like, no one can see you, Katy. And I'm like, I know. So many kids would also come up to me and be like, can you dab? Can you dab? I'd be like, yes, I can dab, you idiot. I'm not gonna lie, like, it feels pretty good. Like, I'm not even nervous anymore. Like, I feel really good. My name's Katy Sharretts. I am an account manager at StringKing Lacrosse. I'm in team sales, and I used to be a mascot. My junior year of high school, there was a massive men's soccer game coming up. It was a Friday. And my friends were like, hey, you should try and do something school-spirited for the big game. They said, well, there's a mascot costume. It's a Patriot, and we think that you would be amazing for it. We're in overtime, 0-0. We score the final goal, and I'm running down the sidelines with my hands up, slipped and fell, and my head rolled off. I was humiliated. I didn't know what to do, but apparently it was the start of my entire career.
Let go. Hey, say, Rob. Go ahead. Let me holler like AJ, one thing I ask you. Let me be the one you bet that ass to.
Men's soccer's biggest fan, football's biggest fan, and men's basketball. Yeah, all the men.
28 ball carrier.
Classic rule of thumb for mascotting, the only rule that I know, is that no one should know who you are. And then when my head fell off, everyone obviously saw it was me. So I had a highlight tape made for me by my father. He would come to the football games and sit in the stands and just bring his little camcorder and just film me doing whatever, whenever. The best clips of it or the worst clips of it. And it didn't blow up. When people think of mascots, they think of doing like flips and tricks. My head fell off all the time. So I couldn't really do tricks or flips or anything like that. I also am not very good at gymnastics, but I love to dance. So dancing was my mascotting, I don't even know what the word would be, like niche or something.
You know you're looking so damn fly.
Just flailing my arms, my legs. I did a lot of little like feet tricks. My feet were so small, but my head was like huge. So anything I did with my feet, everyone cracked up at. People loved it. The crowd loved it, so. That's another thing about mascotting is you get to be whoever you want to be. On the outside, it's just this, but on the inside, it's your actual person. It's this. A few kids from a school a couple miles away, they played on my dad's lacrosse team, and they were like, we're only coming to watch you. Oh, sorry, am I supposed to do something? And go.
She's trying to make me fall in love again. Yeah, the way she moving, I can tell you she's almost there. Yeah, yeah.
When I fell the first time, the eyebrows fell off. So then I had to go to Joann Fabrics and glue some, I actually had to buy hair and glue it to my guy's face here. I fell a lot, on purpose and by accident. Like if I saw this and I was a kid, I would be terrified. So the college mascotting, it wasn't for my actual college because they had a guy, like it was a human, and he was just this ripped dude. So I couldn't obviously do that because I was a girl. Yeah, that's him. That's the guy. She just pulled up a picture, for those who don't know. For my YouTube out there. Junior year of college, my teammate was actually interviewing for a marketing job at Valley View Casino at the time. It's now called Pechanga Arena. Went to interview, and the only position that they were interviewing for was a mascot. And she was like, well, I'm not doing that, but I actually know someone who would be amazing. My coach heard about it. And my coach said, I am kicking you off the team unless you put your resume in for this job. So I sent in my highlight video. I think it was like less than like 3 hours or something. They contacted me via email and said, this is amazing, we want to do an in-person interview with you. So I showed up in nice attire, and they looked at me, they were like, wait, are you the one who's here for mascotting? I was like, yeah. And they're like, okay, like what? It didn't have to be that formal or anything. I'm like, oh, I didn't know how this stuff works. Like, his name is Diego. He was replicating the owner of Pechanga Arena. He's a blonde surfer dude, and that suit is decked out. Like, it had air conditioning in it. Of course, I never figured out how to turn the air conditioning on, so I just suffered the entire time. At Pechanga Arena, they host a bunch of different events. Got to meet some of the celebrities. Well, Diego got to meet them. Another rule of mascotting. See, they just come up. You can't talk as a mascot. When someone would ask me a question, I would have to communicate through my hands. Like, I would be like, oh, you picture. I did a lot of this. And they were like, okay, so your pay will be about $16 an hour, and you'll most likely work for 1 to 2 hours once a week. I was like, yeah, sounds pretty good to me. And it also got taxed. My paychecks were like $28 to $32, but it didn't matter. It was for the experience. It's like walking around with an invisible cloak. It's great. Highly recommend. I pretty much gave it my all every game, no matter if we won or lost. So each head definitely has am I talking too loud? The sound in these things like ricochet. So like I am just hearing my voice so loud right now. But what was the question again? I had no regrets.